Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow Sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep Sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them dirt cheap. Okay, so that's the message. It doesn't mean to say that there's nothing Africans can do. Of course there is. This is what it's about. Because if Africa does do something different, I assure you living standards of all those in Europe and North America and Asia is going to fall. Okay? And that is a big price to pay. I assure you that the West is not going to allow that without a big fight. Okay? So the job of many Western academics is to convince Africans they have to keep doing what they're doing. Okay? And to show them it's your fault that you're poor. It's not our fault. It's your fault that you're poor. You know, so this is what we do in academic institutions. We know the basic forces that have caused this underdevelopment. We know it's colonization. We cannot afford to allow Africa to industrialize and start producing manufactures. Okay, so we will do everything to stop that. And I'm going to show you how we actually block that. We had East Asian rapid industrialization processes. So in the earlier period, we had Japan and Korea and Taiwan. Okay, rapid growth, sucking in raw materials from Africa, driving up the prices. After those countries finished industrialization, then Sub-Saharan African growth rate again fell. Sub-Saharan Africa is condemned to this role, just the supplier of raw materials, not a manufacturer. The currencies are collapsing of these countries, and many of them are Sub-Saharan African countries. After colonization ended, we needed new structures to keep these countries where they were. Okay? And the first of those is aid. Okay, we give them aid. Aid for what? Actually, we give them aid to keep repressive regimes in power. That's all. All the hypocrisy about transparency and democracy and bullshit like that, it's all bullshit. But it would go to country after country offering loans. And if the president did not accept the loan, they were killed. It's just economics. It's economic warfare. The rich declare war on the poor. It happens everywhere. It happens in a country. The rich control the government. Of course they do. You really believe you have democracy? Come on. You know, I mean, grow up. Who has all the subsidies and income support? US, Europe. The largest budgets in the world for supporting their farmers are Europe and US. You see, we're keeping them dependent. We're keeping them on a string. This next round of the WTO is designed to block that. To block anyone else getting on top of the ladder.
You just finished watching the video of Western World Economic Summit and Thea Blueprint that has been set to put Africa in perpetual chains that will constantly breed underdevelopment. Like my kid brother, whom I showed that clip with, previously lacks analytical skills to crack the code behind that evil plot against Africa using their leader as proxy. However, there is hope brewing from African youths, rising to the occasion of schooling the Western nation in the most shocking way they never see coming. That will force African nation into aggressive industrial revolution. This revolution is our only hope to free ourselves from shackles of Western economic hitman and policies that bleeds Africans to destruction. Like most of you watching don't know that Western world has been the firemaker, using Africa as the source of fuel. In nearly every sector, this political unrest has deprived African of the right education, technology, and necessity that life brings. Africans go on to blame their leaders without knowing that so-called old Western blueprint is very much active, which, if not unchecked, have the potential of causing existential extinction of Africans. This Western global policy had made any African president who desired a good welfare for its citizens through industrial revolution as China did, will be met with assassination from Thomas Sankara Gaddafi. In Nigeria, there are too numerous to mention, forcing your government to tail loans that depreciate their currency, causing inflation and paving way for reign of Western influences. These influences can include stripping African of subsidies in everything, making life a living hell. However, a revolution is coming. African young minds are silently serving Western world a red pill that will get too hard for them to swallow and too good to spill. This can be felt from groundbreaking inventions hitting different corners of Africa. Yo, I am Dr. Cool. I came across something interesting about two innovators, and oh, now I can see why Western politics is all about waging full-scale economic war against Africa. If someone can beat you this black and blue without having quarter of your resources, sure, you will be desperately fighting him next time with your tooth and nails. It's unbelievably shocking. Two school dropout self-taught engineers whose desire is about to make the entire Western engineers and MIT graduates looks like kindergarten kids. Two Kenyan self-taught engineers, Gathu and Moses Kinyua, have made history by developing an AI-powered bio-robotic prosthetic arm that can be controlled using brain signals. This groundbreaking invention allows disabled individuals to move and control their prosthetic limbs without muscle-based sensors, instead using thought-generated electrical impulses. At a time when millions of people with disabilities struggle with limited access to advanced prosthetics, this innovation is a game-changer, not just for Africa, but for the world. Mind-blowing, isn't it? African youths are rising to the occasion of schooling the Western world on way forward into a better future, without costing arms and legs. Before this video ends, I will be sharing a clip of this reality you folks to see. Africa has yet again proved it second times. New technologies that will change the world and assist humanity doesn't always have to cost arms like the Westerners are always pushing and jacking up the price that doesn't fit the hyped. It represents a new frontier in assistive technology, particularly in developing nations where expensive prosthetic devices are often unaffordable. However, African young minds, school dropout and self-taught engineers are reshaping the way we perceive Western education system, seemingly encouraging others to become more ambitious about dropping out of school and become leaders and change-makers in technological innovations. It's simply unbelievable. The other day in 2025 comes Maxwell Chikumbutso, another young African inventor and innovator who invented a self-powered car. One whose innovation is set to render fossil fuel useless, putting big energy sector industries out of business and relics of the past. One thing that is even more shocking is they are not MIT or Harvard graduates and inventing such masterpiece of technology that's so brutally disruptive. Physics was about to jump through the window when he saw African inventor groundbreaking technology heading straight for it head like a locked missile. Ended up sacrificing it, brother thermodynamics laws. And that got me wondering if the MIT students are going to school to eat chocolates and McDonald's. This 10-minute discussion will explore how the AI prosthetic arm works, the impact on disability and healthcare, and the challenges and opportunities ahead. Most modern prosthetic limbs rely on myoelectric sensors, which detect muscle movements in the remaining part of the limb and translate them into commands. However, Gathu and Kinyua's prosthetic bypasses muscles entirely, relying instead on neural signals from the brain. That's simply hypersonic speed 300 years ahead of Western world technology. This is unbelievable, beating the Western world in their own game. Oh my goodness, fantastically, isn't it? Making such a breakthrough without costing billions of dollars in R&D is everything. Like, how the hell does this happen? I can't imagine how fast African will be if provided with the same level playing field. I bet you, African young minds will cook the Western nation technology. You mean no billion-dollar research lab and facilities, but simply plucking most of the materials from scrap metals and trashed PCB boards to savage electronics components. Enough to make US want him dead because it's simply humiliating. But no offense. Here is one of the video footage of this current happening. The scrap computer mouse simply knocked me out.
System initiated. His brother Michael is also satisfied.
Welcome to Afrogenesis, Artificial Intelligence.
In the heart of Kikuyu, Kenya, two self-taught innovators have achieved a groundbreaking feat. These self-taught inventors from Kenya developed a bio-robotic prosthetic arm using salvaged electronic components. Their device uses a headset receiver to capture brain signals, converting them into electrical currents that control the prosthetic limb.
Welcome to Afrogenesis, Artificial Intelligence Assistant Systems Online. Systems booting in few minutes. Please wait until you see a color blue light, then say the word Jeff is the password you are going to.
This was all done with no budget or funding, but present a cost-effective solution for amputees, especially in regions like Kenya, where traditional prosthetics are very expensive. This invention holds the promise of transforming the lives of countless amputees across Africa and beyond.
Systems online. Police give way. Demonstrating the flow of the bio-robotic arm system under self-testing. Articulations levels, protocol sequences activated.
Meet the high school dropout's friend, whose passion for technology and helping others has led them to create a device that could redefine prosthetic care in Kenya.
My name is Sir David Gathu Jerry. I am an innovator, a maker.
My name is Moses Kinyua. Since my childhood, I've been a curious and a passionate innovator.
And our dream is not only to live 5 years or 10 years, is to live hundreds of years, trying to come up with ideas that will aid the mobility of persons living with disability or help persons who are in need.
Axis sequential testing.
Check.
Wrist level under radius y-axis sequential testing.
The device works in a pretty simple way, which will be useful, although the duo founded Afrogenesis to bring this idea to life.
Small finger, ring finger.
Check.
Middle finger.
Check.
Thumb finger.
Check.
Index finger.
Check.
Test sequences, protocol deactivated.
Through years of work and lots of projects before, this prototype works seamlessly.
Afrogenesis, Gathu and Kinyua. Technologies way beyond, transforming challenges into possibilities.
Together, the two have been working for 14 years through over 15 projects and many more in their minds.
Right now, I want to explain to you how we can tap the signal of the branchioradialis muscle. It starts from the upper motor neuron. It then goes, an action potential starts from the upper motor neuron after you have thought of how maybe to grab something. Starts from the upper motor neuron down to the lower motor neuron. Through the spinal tract, the action potential travels through the T5, T6 to the branchial plexus.
This hard work was not for nothing, as it holds the potential to help many people.
Systems online. Police give way. Demonstrating the flow of the bio-robotic arm system under self-testing. Articulations levels, protocol sequences activated.
Once the device has been properly installed on the user, all the user has to do is to think, and things begin to happen without moving a finger.
Wrist pronation.
System initiated.
From household tasks to using the computer, the device is designed to be a 360 support system for people living with disabilities. Some of their inventions allow things to be done through voice commands, but the true brilliance of being able to control and do things just by thinking is impressive.
This is upper limb by robotic arm that uses brain signals to operate. This device mechantability deploys 8 degrees of motion. That is, it can rotate along the shoulder level, along y-axis, and x-axis, elbow level, along y-axis, and even x-axis. It has ability to twist the list or list pronation. It has ability to hold and release.
To get started with their product development, they first sought to understand the challenges that people with disabilities face. By interacting with people in the community for a while and talking to experts in disability support, they determined that a prosthetic would be a good support for their target beneficiaries of this innovation. Here's how it works.
This hand uses a battery of 12 volts. The hand, we have made it using available resources like e-waste, wood, rubber, leather materials, plastics, and even the wires.
Their goal is simply to help people living with disability live normal lives. Here's how the device works.
This hand is being controlled by this neural rod by a potential headset receiver that monitors or taps the brain signals, and it extracts these specific features of these brain signals that reflects the intent of the user. The arm, that is, from the intraparenchymal single neuron units, when ion concentration changes inside the neuron cell membrane, an electric field is set up, and this signal, it is being tapped or goes through various tissues through the brain, and the signal can travel through the pia mater, arachnoid, and it can travel through the skull, through the skin. Then this gadget taps those transductions of those ion currents that are or electrical wave that the brain is releasing. This machine, it can convert that signal, or it taps and the signal processes, converts this signal into a valid electric current through subcomputation, and the final current is being transmitted into this arm via radio waves, 315 megahertz. Those signals, they go into the biomechatronic hand or the arm operating system. Then they are being aligned in a way that they will be converted to come to become a current, a valid current that will drive linear motors. These linear motors will drive the arm, and they will close and open, making the whole hand to pick as per how you are thinking, as per how you are controlling it, using your intentions.
Traditional prosthetics often rely on muscle signals for operation. In contrast, David and Moses' design utilizes a neural node biopotential headset to detect neural signals. These signals are converted into electrical currents, which then drive the arm's movements, allowing for intuitive and natural control.
shoulder level X-axis articulation. Elbow level Y-axis articulation.
System initiated.
Wrist pronation.
System initiated.
This innovation enables users to perform daily activities with greater ease, from operating electronic devices to managing household chores.
Will go in a big way, not just improving our economy in terms of production, but also making it more acceptable in society. It's not bulky. It's not bulky. It's easier for the persons with the ability to handle them. It's quite a game changer.
The World Health Organization estimates that only 3% of people in need have access to assistive devices in low-income countries. In Africa, where over 16 million amputees reside, the demand for affordable and functional prosthetics is critical. David and Moses' innovation not only addresses this gap, but also showcases the ingenuity emerging from the continent.
Story of a Nigerian man who is trying to make the industry more inclusive.
Mr. Amanam, a sculptor from Nigeria, is also tackling issues with disability in Africa and has made significant strides in prosthetic development.
His brother Michael is also satisfied and much happier with the hand his brother created for him.
Mr. Amanam specializes in creating hyper-realistic prosthetics that match the skin tones of black amputees. His goal is to provide aesthetic solutions that restore confidence and identity. These efforts are part of a broader movement to provide affordable and effective prosthetic solutions to those in need.
My passion was to be an aeronautic engineer, and what I was always dreaming is to become a pilot or a designer. If I would fail to be a pilot, I would become an aeroplane designer.
David and Moses are pioneers in this field, which holds a lot of potential to help millions of people. But they haven't always been interested in robotics. David started off being interested in becoming a pilot and aeronautics engineer.
When I designed this drone, this grider that flew several meters above the ground, when I saw everything on top, the grider filled some one piece of metal failed to hold properly, and the grider came down and it struck on the ground.
While that didn't turn out well for David, he did make some cool things from that passion. Take this drone that he designed.
And from there, I realized that is so dangerous. And I thought, if I want to continue to be a pilot, it is not this way, but to try something else, different. And the idea of becoming an aeronautic engineer, it went there, and it got off my mind. And I thought of creating something different that will help the society rather than killing myself. That's where I met my friend in the high school, and we started the thought of thinking how to start machines that will help persons living with disabilities.
The key to this innovation is a neuronode biopotential headset receiver, a device originally designed to help people with paralysis communicate. The process works as follows. First, brain activity detection. The headset detects electrical impulses or brain signals as the user thinks about moving their arm. Second, signal processing. These brain signals are translated into electrical commands that the prosthetic arm can understand. The AI-powered prosthetic executes the movement based on the user's thoughts. This means users can perform everyday tasks, such as eating, turning lights on and off, using a smartphone, or even driving a car, simply by thinking about the action they want to perform. Over 1 million people in Kenya live with disabilities, many due to polio accidents or medical conditions. Traditional prosthetics are often expensive, inaccessible, or require significant physical effort to control. By using brain signals, this biorobotic arm eliminates the need for muscle movement, allowing even quadriplegic individuals to regain independence. With AI integration, future versions could even predict movements, making interactions even smoother. Many high-tech prosthetics cost thousands of dollars, making them unaffordable for most people in Africa. However, Gathu and Kinyua built their prototype using salvaged electronics and e-waste, a low-cost approach that could make AI-driven prosthetics available to the masses. If funding is secured for mass production, this technology could be one of the most affordable AI-powered prosthetic solutions in the world. AI is revolutionizing medicine, but African innovations are rarely at the forefront of these advancements. Gathu and Kinyua's work puts Kenya on the global map for AI-driven assistive devices, demonstrating that Africa can lead in high-tech innovation, not just follow. This technology also paves the way for brain-controlled wheelchairs, exoskeletons, and even AI-powered rehabilitation tools. Despite its groundbreaking potential, the technology faces several challenges before it can reach widespread adoption. The biggest obstacle is lack of funding. Currently, the engineers rely on salvaged materials, which limits the durability, accuracy, and scalability of the prosthetic arm. To mass-produce high-quality versions, they need access to better materials, like medical-grade metals and lightweight polymers. They also require advanced manufacturing facilities and AI optimization for faster and more precise responses. Scientific validation and refinement. Since this is a relatively new invention, clinical trials and certification are required to confirm its safety and long-term reliability. Neurological devices must undergo strict testing to ensure they do not cause unintended electrical signals or brain strain. Market adoption and public awareness. While the invention has been celebrated in African tech communities, most of the world is still unaware of it. Medical partnerships with hospitals and research institutions could increase adoption. Government support could help subsidize costs for people in need. Tech collaborations with AI companies could improve efficiency. If these challenges are addressed, Kenya could become a leader in AI-driven prosthetics. This invention is not just important for Africa, it has global significance, particularly in countries with aging populations and high rates of disability. A solution for war veterans and amputees worldwide. With wars and conflicts causing thousands of amputations each year, brain-controlled prosthetics could provide wounded soldiers with cutting-edge rehabilitation options. A step toward fully AI-integrated humans. This invention represents a major step toward brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, which are being explored by companies like Neuralink. The ability to control robotic limbs with pure thought could eventually lead to cyborg technology for enhanced human abilities, direct AI brain integration, eliminating the need for physical movement, neural rehabilitation for stroke patients. Africa's role in the AI revolution. Historically, Africa has not been a major player in high-tech innovation. However, this invention proves that African engineers can lead in artificial intelligence, robotics, and biomedical technology. By supporting more self-taught inventors, Africa could become a global leader in affordable, AI-powered medical devices. Gathu and Kinyua are seeking partnerships with investors, medical institutions, and AI researchers to take their invention to the next level. If they secure proper funding, the following advancements could be made. Lighter, more durable materials, creating a more comfortable and efficient prosthetic for users. Full AI integration, allowing the prosthetic to learn from the user's brain patterns and predict movements. Affordable mass production, making AI-powered prosthetics available to the global disabled community. Brain-controlled wheelchairs and devices, expanding the technology to assist quadriplegic patients in other aspects of daily life. If successful, Kenya could become a hub for AI-powered assistive technology, with Gathu and Kinyua's work inspiring the next generation of African engineers to develop cutting-edge solutions. Gathu and Moses Kinyua have rewritten the rules of assistive technology with their brain-controlled AI prosthetic arm. Their invention not only offers hope for millions with disabilities, but also signals Africa's emergence as a leader in AI-driven medical innovations. With proper support, this could redefine the future of prosthetics, making high-tech, brain-controlled artificial limbs accessible to everyone, rich or poor, in Africa or beyond. This is more than just an invention. It is a movement toward a future where disability no longer means limitation. So, gentle men and ladies, there you have it, folks. As always, I am Dr. Cool. Now, if you will excuse me, folks, I have a flight to catch and a self-powered car to drive. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your pals. Until next time, see you in the comments section.